So the goal of Communication Culture podcast and book, and really this whole movement is it's really to help people take the next good step for them. Not the perfect step, not the best step. Those are things that can sometimes be paralyzing. So the goal really is to try to remove the obstacles in the way. And very simply, I just wrote this book because the first time I heard John Maxwell talk about writing books, he said this phrase that really stood out to me. And he said, Mike, what? He didn't say my name, but he was telling a story on a podcast. And he said, I just wanted my influence to extend beyond my personal touch. And that's what his mentor told him when John asked his mentor, hey, why did you write your first book? He said, well, John, I never actually set out to write a book. I just wanted my influence to extend beyond my personal touch. And that sounds awesome to me. I did set out to write a book because I wanted my influence to extend beyond my personal touch. And very simply, the whole concept of communication culture, simply I want you to have better conversations at work, at home, and in your community, both online and off. That's it. That's exactly what I want. And the book is 46 bite-sized tools, 46 bite-sized chapters to help you have better conversations at work, at home, and in your community. It's got 40 blind spot alerts because we've all stepped in something we didn't see coming. And it's written on a 6th grade reading level because I want it to sit on the corner of the desk of every leader and organizational leader and every manager and every organization, every place who has people who work with people, which is certainly not all the businesses, not all the nonprofits, not all of them. However, I'm a people guy. I'm a people coach. What do I try to do? I solve the problem of division and disunity in the workplace. And we do that by partnering with organizations to move their team members to becoming teammates. And we do that by focusing on 4 key topics: communication and culture, execution and teamwork, leadership and supervision, personal discovery, development, and growth. Everything that we do accomplishes that. Like, that's the path that we do it. I've got this product ladder that I really want to help people start from free and move on to what's the next good step for them. Not perfect, not the optimal, not the only one. There's a fabulous book by James Clear called Atomic Habits, and it's sold over 10 million copies now as I'm recording this. And who knows how many more it's going to sell. And very simply, his goal is to try to get 1% better. And if you get 1% better every day, then by the end of the year, you'll be 37% better. Try to take that same idea to the concept of culture. Culture is the way we do what we do and the way we allow it to be done. And communication is simply the way we transfer information. There's so many different ways to do it. You can do it in person, online, certainly with your voice, typing, email, texting. There's so many different ways. I'm not trying to go through all of them with you. Because by the time you're seeing this, there will likely be some new ways that continue to come up. However, I'm not just trying to help people have better conversations at work and home and in their community. My mission is simple. I don't want to just see people. I want to help people feel seen and feel valued every day for the rest of my life. And that looks like a couple of different things. I go into businesses and organizations, and I work with organizational leaders. I also go into schools, and I help students navigate social emotional challenges and puzzles and help them get better at dealing with the person in the mirror, get better at dealing with other people. That's why I do what I do. In September of 2016, I went into an elementary school here in our local community, and I told the nice teacher, I said, ma'am, your students, your 5th graders, have a reputation that's preceded them, and it's not awesome. Could I have 30 minutes with them before the end of the school year? This was early May. She said, no, but I'll give you an hour. So we scheduled a time for me to come in, and I brought a stool that I got from Walmart, had a note card with 4 things on it, and one of those things was, I'm for you. I'm a dude in Duncan who's for you. And that's when I started doing the sessions in schools. And after about 100 sessions, 110 sessions or so, a friend of mine invited me to his elementary school, and I did my sessions for pre-K, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. And after it was over, he said, "Hey, Mike, I know what you do. Come with me. Come to my office. I know what you do. I'm going to give you some language. I'm going to put some handles on this for you. Because what you're doing matters, and the way that you tell people about it also matters." And so we got back to his office, and he gave me a bottle of water, and he said, "Mike, you help students navigate their social, emotional issues. That's what you do, and that's what you should tell people that you do, because in education, that means a great deal." And so I started saying that over and over and over again. And then after about another 50 or 100 sessions, I had a business owner buddy of mine say, "You help students navigate social, emotional issues. That sounds a lot like developing soft skills in the workplace. Could you come talk to my customer service team?" And on the outside, I said, "Absolutely." And on the inside, I said, "Oh man, I sure hope so." And so that began both sides of this business, where I get a chance to help people. The short ones, the tall ones, the older ones, the younger ones, whomever. Because people are people. And what I know about people, it's about you, it's about me, and it's about all the kids that I get to encourage and help as well. When you look in the mirror, you don't see your highlight reel. You see ways where you messed up or you let somebody down. Or you did a thing, but it wasn't quite as good as the way that you actually wanted to do it. And so I have a great challenge and a great opportunity of coaching the dude in the mirror every day, which is one of the reasons that I'm here in my office right now. It's one of the reasons I keep this empty picture frame I got from the $1.25 tree. And it's just an opportunity for me as a leader to try to reframe the current situation, try to put some handles on hope, try to say, well, Mike, I had this conversation so many times before I released the book. Well, I've never released a book. And then this frame I'd bring back and say, well, you just haven't done it yet. You haven't written a book yet, which means the opportunity is great. You haven't done it, you just haven't done it yet. And so that's a big part of what I try to do. My coaching style, man, there's so many different ways to do it. And I'm a little more Ted Lasso, a little less Bobby Knight. That's just kind of the way that I try to tell people, give them some sort of idea of what it is that I do. This podcast is going to be some of just the content from the book. Now, I'm a dude who uses different color highlighters on my own book. And this is the one that I teach from. This is the one that I share with and share from and teach from. Some of the conversations on our podcast are not just going to be me. They're going to be someone else. It'll be me talking to somebody else, and or inviting them to share their expertise because of what I know that they do and what they're known for. So it's not different than a lot of different podcasts. I mean, a lot of podcasts are all kind of have their own flavor. This one is going to be some instructional. Certainly, there's always going to be something that you can get from it if you want to. That feels like I'm leading into chapter 32 of the book, but we'll talk about that another time. There is one other thing I want to tell you about. The very first step in this plan for me, this communication culture, it's a movement, and it's something that I want to help guide people on their different steps in the journey. And one of those steps is it's something that I give away for free. It's the first ebook that I ever wrote. It was in March of 2023. I released it on my dad's birthday. My dad's my hero. And it's called The Six-Figure Filter. I call it the Six-Figure Filter because this 4-step framework actually helped me earn my first 6 figures in business. The whole title is The Six-Figure Filter, a 4-step framework to overcoming obstacles and achieving success. I used these 4 steps, and it did help me lose over 100 pounds. I used to weigh 334 pounds. That's true. Today I weigh 224, I think. So it helped me do that. It also helped me have the courage to become a beginning tap dancer in my mid-40s. And because of those 2 things, I think I had the courage to not only try to write and continue to write, but even write and publish my first book. And according to the New York Times, 81% of Americans want to write a book every year, yet only 1% do. And so in 2023, on Black Friday of 2023, I released my first book, my first published book out into the world. And so what I'm doing with this 6-figure filter is I'm giving away that ebook and the audiobook for free. I'm putting it on a private podcast, and I'm giving it over. I want to give it to 6 figures worth of people. I want to give it to at least 100,000 people for free. It's a way that I can say to anyone. You don't have to invest in a book of $15 or whatever the price is now when you're watching this. You don't have to do that to begin your self-improvement journey. Now, the issue with self-improvement and personal development, a lot of times we try to trade personal development plans with other people. Only trouble with that is I don't know what your plan is. I don't know where you're trying to go. So I definitely don't want to swap you plans. Now, I do have a personal development plan, a professional development plan. And if you don't have one, I think you should have one too. And so what I do as a coach is I try to walk with you and help you discover where you are, where you're going, where you are, where you want to be going. And then we devise a plan to help you get there. And as I mentioned, I've got this suite of products that helps people do that. It's got 14 rungs on the ladder right now, 14 different steps to help someone go from square one to where they want to be. And it depends on where everyone is. Like we don't have it's not a one size fits all. And that's a great thing. So that's the overview of the podcast. That's the overview of the six-figure filter of what I intend to do. I legit want to give it away to over 100,000 people. And the way you can find that out right here by looking in the description down below. You'll be able to tell how you can get to that. Because I'm constantly trying to see what's the easiest way to get this in the hands of people. And again, I'm not charging anything for it. I am asking for an email address for it because I'm investing in you and I want you to invest in you. So the way to find it will be down here in the description below. In the meantime, I'm going to help you however I can, and I'm here to serve you. My mission's simple. I don't want to just see people. I'm going to help people feel seen and feel valued every day for the rest of my life. And for me, seen is not just a word, it's an acronym. The S is for significant, because you are, and so is every other human with breath in their body. The first E is for enough, because you are enough. You don't have to try to be somebody else or be a different version of them. We just want you to show up tomorrow and be a little bit better than you were today. Just try to turn that dial just a little. The second E is for entrusted, because we've all been tagged with talents, abilities, and gifts. And I say it all the time to students. Over 932 sessions in school since 2016. I say it every time, everybody can do good, but nobody can do the good you can do the way you can do it. So significant, enough, entrusted, and then the N is for needed. And here's what I know is true about people. People who don't feel needed do things they wouldn't normally do to get noticed. And my mission, my goal in life is to help people feel seen and feel valued in all the best ways. So as we take the next step on this journey, I want you to know that I'm for you. I believe it's the most powerful three-letter word in the English language that's not a deity. And it's one that most people forfeit because it's so much easier to be known by what we're against, both online and off, than who we're for. And I'm for you. Shout out to Jeff Henderson for writing the book, Know What You're For. It's a fantastic book, and that three-letter word has really helped evolve me into this iteration of Mike. And I'm excited where we are and where we're going. So it's my honor to walk with you and partner with you and encourage you. And it costs you $0 to get started. And we have opportunities for you to invest in yourself in more ways than one, with some, more products, all kinds of stuff at work, with teams, and then individually as well. And that's what all this podcast is going to be about. So have a wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your day, and I can't wait to take the next step with you. See you.